So we are here today in Wings Court to celebrate the completion of another placemaking effort here in the city. And so a lot of folks have gotten to know the new Wings Court, which we completed some 3 years ago now, using state and city money to turn what was once a vacant lot, occupied for many years by the Wings department store, into an urban park. And I'm sure your cameras will pan around and show the areas that we've covered up with brick and plantings and ornamental lighting. Looks fantastic, and it's become a real gathering point for folks in the city for a couple of years now. Outdoor seating now with Destination Soups and Bricks, both two restaurants that are doing fabulously well right now. So we want to take it to the next level. And in cities these days, it's all about placemaking and walkability. It's all about taking some assets and really polishing them up and making it happen, and making them destinations. You've seen it a little bit on the waterfront. Some of the placemaking we've done on the waterfront has been very successful. And this is just one example, but the concerts on the pier over the last few years on Fridays we thought we're going to draw 20 or 30 people on a Friday night. And then after a couple of concerts, they ended up drawing consistently over 500 people and up to about 1,200 people on the Friday nights over the last 3 summers. So it's been a big success. Placemaking, if done thoughtfully, can work and not only turn places that are dull or even improving, as this space was, into great places, but they can also attract investment as well. So that's what the idea was here. So through a grant from the state, from the Office of Housing and Economic Development, through its TDI program, the Transformational Development Initiative program, we, the city, were able to take about $7,500 and the help of DPI, in-kind labor, to turn this into a place where people can eat and hang out. As you see, all our actors and actresses in place today, hanging out and enjoying themselves here in Wings Court. But no, this is the idea here, and I'm going to turn it over to Pat Sullivan in a moment to go into a little bit more detail. But the idea is to really sort of continue to dress up the place, to make it fun, because fun places attract people. And then there's the old saying that nothing draws a crowd like a crowd. So once there's a crowd, more people will come, and that's what induces investment and more development and more jobs. And so that's the idea behind this. So lots of people to thank. I'm going to turn it over to Pat to add a little bit more detail about the table, as well as those fantastic Adirondack chairs. I feel like buying one of them myself. They look fantastic. But Pat Sullivan's Office of Housing and Community Development did a great job thinking all this stuff up and executing it. Lots of folks are on the team, and he'll go through the list. But planning office under Jill McLean, who's now left us for much colder pastures in Alaska, played an instrumental part in it. And Pat will go down the list of folks who we are to thank, but they include Jen Garnett, Eddie Craig, Jen Clark, DPI was involved, Ron LaBelle and his team, Derek Santos, Angela Johnston, Deb Trombley over at EDC played a big part in it. Great job, as always, guys. And I think you can take a poll of people who are out here, and I'm sure they'll tell you this is a great way to great way to play hooky on a Wednesday afternoon. Pizza here, Brick, Destination Soups. It's great stuff, and we're making this place even greater. So I just want to thank. I also want to thank Jay Ash, the Secretary of Economic Development at the state level, for making this grant happen. When the state spends money in New Bedford, things happen, and this is just another example of that. So with all that, there isn't a ribbon to cut today, guys, so just in case you expecting me to turn with a big pair of scissors and cut, that's not in the works today. But it's really just a matter of celebrating this great place that has a very interesting history, and it's got a great future ahead. Pat, why don't you tell us a little bit about the details?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. Come on up here, you guys.
Richard Bruce, I forgot. He's
yes.
Behind me.
Obviously, this is a nice little initiative, and I think the important distinction to make here is that it was a very small grant, $7,500, and with that little bit of money, we were able to stretch the dollars a little bit. And this is a small piece of a much bigger initiative that Mass Development has focused here in New Bedford. We're one of the several communities statewide that received designation as a TDI district. And Mass Development is currently working closely with our office and Derek Santos from the New Bedford Economic Development Council on some much larger initiatives in the downtown that will spur economic development, hopefully residential and housing. So this was a small piece of that, but I think it'll have a very large impact. So I especially want to thank everyone behind me, Eddie Bates and Jen Garnett. Really did a lot of the groundwork in trying to put all this together, came up with some great ideas along with Jennifer Clark. The concept for having 5 nonprofits decorate an Adirondack chair was great, and I want to thank all of them. I think Noelle Foyle is here from the New Bedford Art Museum, and I think their chair is the first chair and very artistic in the spirit of the New Bedford Art Museum. They did a wonderful job, as did the other folks that donated their time. Department of Public Infrastructure helped us with the installation of festival lighting, which will help invigorate the environment here in the evenings. And we think it's just it's been a wonderful place to visit, and this small little investment will help folks recognize it even more. One of the things that we did, we were really planning this on AHA night last Thursday, but we were rained out, and there were 31 local restaurants that Jen and Eddie visited all of them. They contributed menus, and we had this nice little concept of giving out menus of all the participating restaurants. Devin from Destination Soups also provided a little gift certificate, and Brick has been intricately involved as participating restaurants and all this. So a special thanks to all the restaurants in the downtown that really helped out to put this together. So we hope this will create a nice environment for folks to come during lunch, enjoyable, and this is just the beginning of much larger things we're envisioning in the downtown as part of the Transformative District Initiative. So.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Nice job, Pat. Thank you. And just before I wrap up, this really is another marker of the downtown's ascent to another level. The downtown now has a restaurant scene that is drawing people not just from the city but across the region. I mean, if you want to dine out in southeastern Massachusetts, this is the place to go. And that's one thing to remember. Secondly, it takes a lot of effort all the time by a lot of folks in government and outside of government to turn a downtown into a real destination, and that's what you're seeing on full display here. This is a great example of that kind of teamwork. And I just want to thank everybody for pitching in. Now, Jen, you want to tell us a little bit about the logo? Buy it, bag it, something or other.
Buy it, bag it, bring it, wing it.
Here, just explain to them. Just explain to Tim Phillips what it's all about.
All right. So these bags here are filled with the restaurant menus from all the local restaurants, so that the individuals we give them out to can have them available for when they are in their offices or back at home, and they can come back to all the restaurants and order some takeout. We're encouraging people to buy it, bag it, bring it, or wing it, and enjoy our new outdoor dining space here at the community table, or as well, we have some individual kind of bistro tables and some smaller tables in the other area. So that's what we're trying to do.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. That's it. There's pizza for all the media gathered here today. In case you're interested in carbo loading, it's available for you. But enjoy, everybody. Thanks for coming out today.
Nice. Yes, go! Yes! No! Come on! Oops. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.